Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to NHL 18 franchise mode with your Quebec Nordiques. Yes, we are back here again for episode 2 of our NHL 18 Quebec Nordiques franchise mode. And last episode, I introduced you to our new team, along with their jerseys, their logo, and their arena. And then we went through the expansion draft, where we picked the foundation for our Quebec Nordiques franchise. Let me just take you through the guys that we picked from this team, and we can then move on to the entry draft and the free agency. So, in terms of our players, we have Martinez, Brodin, Ekholm, Shattenkirk, Vatanen, Dumoulin, Grabner, Stone, Chimera, Edmondson, Brown, Letestu, Wallet, Stafford, Tierney, Zingle, Richardson, Russell, Smith, Pelly, Nieto, and that's all of the skaters. And then with the goaltenders, we have Miller and Neuwirth. And then in the system, we have Korpisalo. And the other players in the system we have are Nestorov, Nestasil, Kopp, Delorier, Yurko, McKenzie, and Paquette. So they are your Quebec Nordiques from the expansion draft. Now we move on to the NHL entry draft, where we have the 5th overall pick of the draft. Last, in our first London Lions franchise mode, we had the... So the expansion draft is behind us, and now we have a core of players to build around. Yes, we do. Next is the entry draft. Once it's complete, I'll touch base, discuss expectations. Yeah, that's fine. Highly recommend the trading block, no problem. So, in the London Lions franchise mode we managed to have the 2nd overall pick, where we got Nolan Patrick. So, that was nice. That was very nice indeed. However, we've dropped to the 5th overall pick for the Quebec Nordiques, which is a shame. It's a bit irritating, I must admit. So we're not going to get a Hischer or a Nolan Patrick. Like, for example, Vegas, the other expansion team, they're getting the 1st overall pick, so surely we should get the 2nd. But apparently it doesn't work like that. So let's sim to the 5th overall pick. So the people that have gone before us: Hischer, of course. Nolan Patrick, of course. Heiskanen, yep, of course. Peterson, and then there's us. So we haven't really had the chance to scout any players because the franchise has just begun. So Elias Anderson is a guy that's meant to go in the top 5. Maybe we should take him. Elias Anderson, scouted 3 times from Frölunda. We'll take him from the New York Rangers. Elias Anderson, Yamamoto, Velarde, Brandstrom. I can't remember who actually went in this place. It's Cody Glass as well, 18 years old. Scouted 3 times. He's got some decent stats there. Elias Anderson, how are his stats again? He's meant to be a top 6 forward. We know quite a lot of his stats, actually, especially his puck skills. He's already got hand-eye at 85, passing and puck control at 80, his agility 80, and his balance at 82. So yeah, we are going to steal Elias Anderson from the New York Rangers. 70 overall, medium top 6 forward. So that's not too bad, actually. So we will sim to the rest of the picks. Oh, hello. So the Carolina Hurricanes would like to give us their 4th round pick and their 6th round pick for our 4th round pick. I think we'll do that because we want to try and stack up some draft picks, really, don't we? We want to get some draft picks together. So now we are getting the 3rd overall pick in each draft. Philip Keitel went in the 2nd round. Wow. So Brandstrom went to the New York Rangers. Glass went to the Devils. Are there any more elite players here? Yep. Callum Foote, 63 overall, elite player. Tippett went as well. Anything else here that we need to write home about? Yep, Luukkonen and a starter for the Edmonton Oilers. Lind went in the 1st round as well. Anything special there? Nope, so we've got a few more elite players in there. Keitel's a top 9 forward, 58 overall, taken by the Vancouver Canucks. If only we'd had that extra place before. Timothy Liljegren. Now, he's a guy that we scouted, and he finally managed to join our team at the end in our final season with the London Lions. So I might go for him. What about Matthews? We've already picked up a centre, actually. So, what about Popogev? So, in terms of their potential, we want to see the best potential, don't we? And I've pressed it so... Oh, here we go. Nikitin, he's meant to go in the 2nd round, apparently. He's a defenseman, 18 years old. However, his stats don't really look that tremendous. He's meant to be an exact elite. And then we've got Krisky. He's meant to go in the 5th round, who's going to be elite. So, we'll hold off on him. Popogev, scouted 3 times. He's got some good skating stats, that's for sure. We know his skating stats are a lot better than some of his other ones. But Nikitin, he still looks like quite a decent player. I do kind of want to take a gamble on him. However, I don't think he's going to be elite. Ivan Nikitin. You know what? It's better than Popogev we've picked before. So he is a medium elite at 54 overall. Okay, so we have picked up an elite prospect. We have a top 6 forward in Elias Anderson, and we have Nikitin. So we want to make sure that we take that other guy that was meant to be elite. He goes in the 5th round, though, so we'll pick him up in the 4th round. Kreisky, he's meant to be a medium elite. If he could stay like that, that would be tremendous. Scouted him 3 times, that's good. Zamov, no, we haven't scouted him very much. Safin, he's meant to be a exact top 9 forward. We know some of his skating stats, but other than that, we're not quite sure. But he plays for HC Sparta, so you're joining the team, son. You're a top 9 forward, 54 overall, a medium top 9 forward, that is. So now we move to the 4th round of the draft. We have the 12th pick of the draft. Yep, so we're going to spend that on the potentially medium elite guy. Well, all of them have potential to be medium elite guys, if they say they are. So he's meant to go in the 5th round. Do not make this an awful pick, Kreisky. He's a medium top 9 forward. Okay, that's not too bad for the 4th round of the draft. Yeah, there's a high top 9 forward there, but lots of bottom guys. Lots of bottom or 7th defenseman guys. So 57 overall, medium top 9 forward. That's not too bad. Then we have the 3rd pick in the 5th round. Let's see what else we've got going here. I know I'm just blitzing through this free agency, but I'm just kind of picking the guys that I think are the best overall. Bykov, he's a 5th/6th round pick. He's another defenseman. He's meant to be a medium top 4. He's 17 years old. His passing isn't very good. His agility isn't that strong. His stuff isn't that strong. Compared to somebody like McGregor, we only know like 2 or 3 of his stats. So that's not amazing. Discipline potentially 94. Yeah, I don't think so. But we know a relatively decent amount of stuff about McGregor. He's 18 years old. Healy is 18 years old. And Chidshimlila is 18 years old. He's a 7th round pick though, Healy, so we can hold off on Healy for now. We'll go Bykov. We'll go McGregor for this one. We'll see if we can get Bykov in the next one. He's a medium bottom 6 forward. Okay, nothing special, but not the worst. So we have the 3rd pick in this round. Let's see if Bykov went and see how he did. Did Bykov get drafted? Yes, he did. He was a 7th defenseman. Okay, so nothing special there. In the 6th round, we can pick up somebody else. I think we'll go for Healy on this one. That'll probably make the most sense. We scouted him 3 times, so we have an idea of what he's like. He's meant to be in the 7th round. We've scouted him twice. He is a low top 9 forward. 52 overall isn't too bad. Wow, an elite in the 6th round. 53 overall, low elite. Are there any goaltenders left in the draft? Because we've kind of left it really late, haven't we? We haven't really picked up any goaltenders. We probably should do that. Any goaltenders? We've got a backup goaltender here. Is there anybody else? Fringe starter in Datsuk. He's meant to go in the 7th round. Why not? Let's give it a gamble. And he's a medium backup. Okay, that's not too bad to pick up a backup goalie in the 6th round. Then in the 7th round, let's just see who we think is the best available. We've got a medium bottom 6 forward here. He might be the best one to pick. Nope, we've got a medium top 9 forward here, a grinder. And he is a medium bottom 6 forward. Rautsalainen, I think is his name. So I think that will be the end of the draft. Right, so we had some decent picks there. We picked Elias Anderson with the 5th pick, Nikitin with the 35th, Safin with the 67th, Kreisky with the 108th, McGregor with the 131st, Healy with the 163rd, Datsuk with the 172nd, and Rautsalainen with the 195th pick. So now we move to the free agency. We're looking for that. We're looking for a top line guy, really. So let's sim to the re-sign phase and see what's happening. How many contracts? Brian Duke, we've got 10 skaters about to become restricted free agents. So let's go to the contracts and see what we can do. We need to make sure that we get we need to make sure that we get what we want. So $37 million up for offer here. Not too bad. Let's take each position as it comes. So Chris Tierney needs a contract. I am more than happy to give him a contract. Let's try and get it for as cheap as possible, I think. So 1.950. We're still going to go with the 85% of their asking price. So we can get him for about 1.7. If we can just take off 200,000 there. May as well be cheap if we can. 1.7 for you as well, Zingle. Cop, yep, we want to sign you. If we can go 1 million for 2 years, that would be tremendous. Elias Anderson, 70 at 18 years old. We will give you your entry-level contract. Kreisky, 57 at 19. He's meant to be a top 9 forward. We'll give you your entry-level contract. No, we won't. We'll leave it a year. We'll leave it a year and see what happens. So that's fine. In the system, that's not a problem. Left wingers. Michael Grabner's got a contract. Matt Nieto. Yep, you can have a new contract, son. 1.425 divided by 100 times 85 is about 1. We'll go 1.250. Hopefully that should be enough. Ruotsalainen, 61 at 19. He is potentially going to be a guy that we can rely on, but not this year. Well, I might sign him next year. Right wingers, Connor Brown, definitely we can give you a contract. We'll go 1.250 again for you. Drew Stafford, I'd like to give you a contract, but for not that much. 2.475. 2.475 divided by 100 times 85. It's about 2.1. Let's go 2.150. That's a decent amount off. Nesta Seal, yep, you can have that. Thomas Yurko, you can have that. Perfect. Then defenseman. Martinez, Brodin, Ekholm, Shattenkirk. He wants a contract with the Quebec Nordiques. 4.525 divided by 100 times 85 is about 3.9 million. I can do that for 4 years. I'll take that, Shat. Dumoulin, he wants a contract. He wants 4.1. So 4.150 divided by 100 times 85 is about 3.575. We can get him for that much. I will be very happy. Michael Stone, yep, we want you on a contract. If we go for 3.50, that would be nice. Xavier Wallet, I'd like to sign you to a contract. If we go 1.250 again for you, that would be nice. And Nesterov, Nesterov, it is Nesterov. Give you a one-way contract. Nice. And then goaltenders, Ryan Miller, he doesn't want to sign with the team. If we go 2.5 million, for 3 years, no. We've got Neuwirth that can be a starting goaltender. We've got Korpisalo. Datsuk, I'd like to sign you so you can get some time in the depth. Okay, so we've signed pretty much everybody that we want to. Let's advance a day and see what happens. So let's see how many people re-sign with us, or sign with us. Kopp has accepted the offer. Welcome to Quebec. Stafford has rejected the offer because he wants to try out free agency. Stone has rejected. Yurko's accepted, as has Nieto. Wallet hasn't. Nesterov has. Zingle has. Dumoulin has rejected. Tierney's rejected. Brown's rejected. Shattenkirk's rejected. Nestasil has accepted, as has Anderson, as has Datsuk. So we've got a few guys that we still need to sign by the looks of it. Michael Grabner is currently our top point getter from last season. $33 million. We still have some guys unsigned, so let's see if we can sort this out, shall we? Kevin Shattenkirk needs a contract. He does want to re-sign with the team, apparently. So let's go for let's just go for 4 million. We tried 3.9, didn't we? So let's go for 4 million. Stone, if we go for 3.80, that would be nice. Dumoulin, if we go for 3.90. Chris Tierney, if we go for 1.7, actually no, 1.90 for a year, I think that's fine. Drew Stafford, he doesn't actually want to re-sign with us, but we'll boost him up to 2.5. Wallet, what would you like? Because I can always just qualify most of these guys as RFAs. 1.5 mil is fine. Letestu. Oh no, sorry, this is Connor Brown. 1.5 mil. Like, these smaller contracts I'm not really that fussed about. That's not a problem. Okay, so we've tried to sign everybody else except Ryan Miller, which isn't a problem. So, $33 million. If we sign these guys, we should be down to about 25 mil, I would think. Which is a nice pot of money to be able to sign people. Stafford has rejected. Stone has rejected. Wallet has accepted. Dumoulin's accepted. Tierney's accepted. Brown has accepted. Shattenkirk has rejected. Okay, so we've pretty much signed almost everybody, which isn't too bad at all, actually. So, we've got $27 million. We'll have more $20 million in cap space, I think. So, Shattenkirk, 4.250 for 4 years. I'll probably flip you at some point. Stone, I don't really want to give you 4 million for 2 years. 3.90 for 2 years. Let's see if that works. And Drew Stafford still doesn't want to sign with the team, but I'll boost him up to 2.5 mil. And yeah, let's see if that works. So I hope if we get Shattenkirk and Stone back, then I'll be happy, because I can always flip those guys later on, or they can stay on the team. So Stafford is rejected, Stone is rejected, Shattenkirk is here. Good. Okay, so there's some players that want to meet with me. Hello, what do you want to meet about the Quebec Nordiques? Marc Latest 2. Sometimes I don't want to walk into the locker room. Well, we haven't actually played a game yet, mate. Like, there's no locker room to walk into yet. Jesus, hold your horses, son. Right, $24 million of salary cap space, and we've got Michael Stone that doesn't want to sign with us. Let's just go 4 mil. If we can get him for 4 mil, then that's fine. We'll flip him at some point later on. Stafford, I'll go 2.750. That's the highest I'm going for you, but other than that, we're gone. And the same with Stone. If he doesn't want 4 mil, then he's gone as well. Like, I'd rather not sign them to much more money than that. Rejected. Okay, right, so you're fine. Okay, we'll go to free agency then. We'll see you get, like, no offers from, like, a million different teams. And it means that it's saved me, like, $5 million in salary cap space to spend on somebody that actually wants to play here, so why not? So, here we are, free agency. We have about $24 million to spend on the free agents, and Nino Niederreiter is currently the best free agent up for offer. Not the best. Well, I mean, it is a very much depleted selection of players because of the expansion drafts. Steve Mason. Oh, wow, okay, so we can pick up Steve Mason. That's better than Ryan Miller. That's definitely an upgrade. So, Steve Mason, yeah, we'll try and sign Steve Mason, actually. We'll go $4 million for 4 years for Steve Mason. He's not been very good in real life, but if he can be good for us in this game, then I'll be happy. An 85 rated goaltender would do nicely. Martin Hansel would be a nice pickup for us. We've got about $20 million. Thomas Tatar, he's 83 overall. He's a second line forward. Niederreiter is a first line forward. It's a shame that there's no Pasternak up for grabs, is there? Michael Stone. See, no teams are interested in him. What a surprise. Martin Hansel I definitely think we should go for, but I'm going to go for $4.5 million, because he could be a second line centre for us. That's fine. Defence I'm quite happy with. Thomas Tatar, I don't really want to give him that much money. Justin Williams would be nice, but I'm going to go for $3.5 million. See if we can get that. I'm not expecting this team to do tremendously well, I must admit. Ryan Spooner, nope. Burakovsky, 81 at 22. How much would we have to give away to get Burakovsky? So if we sign him to $3.5 million, we'll have to give away our second round pick. Not too sure I like that. Burakovsky would be an awesome pickup, though. Let's just go potential-wise now. Sarala, he's 56 at 20. Don't think so. Dupre, nope. We need some of these younger guys. 20. 65 at 20. You can join the team. We'll add some more prospects to our list. 62 at 20 for Olsen. Yep, you can join the team. 60 at 19 for Palmu. Yep. And 62 at 20 for Dezacales. Let's just get this depth lot up. Anybody else that we want? Stafford. Oh, look, no teams are interested in you. What a surprise. Okay, Matt Cullen's still available. So now let's go to overall rating, I think. So Nino Niederreiter is the best overall guy. Ooh, we might need to make a trade here in order to pick up somebody decent, I'm thinking. Because if we get Hansel and Williams, that will mean we'll get 2 second line guys. We still don't have that legitimate first line, do we? I don't really want to give up draft picks, though. That's the problem. So let's advance until we see what happens with these guys. I just want to see what's going on here, because we've also tried to add some prospects to our mix. Yep, so you've signed with us, you've signed with us, you've signed with us, you've signed with us. Good, so we've got some prospects in the mix now. Our prospect pool has increased tremendously. So Hansel has gone to Buffalo, and Williams has gone to Carolina, so at least one of them's exact. Right, so we missed out on both of those free agents. So now we need to see... Niederreiter is also gone. This is a bit of a problem now. Burakovsky, we might need to go for him, actually. 22 years old at 81. He could be an up-and-coming guy on our roster. I'm going to offer $3.5 million for 4 years. It would mean we lose our second-round pick from this year, but that's fine, because we'll still have our first. Brendan Smith, nope. Michael Stone, nope, because you rejected me, you arsehole. Hunwick, Evgeny Dadanov. I mean, he's an 80 overall right winger, so we may as well for 2.5. 2.5 I think is fair. Yuri Talusti, and it's only 2 years, so. Jerome McGinley, 79 overall at 40. No. Yuri Talusti, he could be a decent left winger for us, I guess. 2.5 mil. I want there to be a bit of competition for our players, but we're going to have a team full of depth players. Like, that's never been in doubt. Steve Mason's rejected the offer, but he hasn't signed with a team, so we're still in the Steve Mason sweepstakes. Let's see if we can pick him up, because that would be really helpful. Steve Mason, no other teams are interested in him, so he's dropped his money that he's asking for a little bit. And Grubauer, if we picked him up as well, we'd need to give up a second-round pick, and if we're trying to get Burakovsky, that's not going to work. Ryan Miller, I'm not interested in you. Should have picked somebody better from Vancouver. Like, you see all of these unrestricted free agents disappear, and you're like, I should have picked up somebody else that might have actually signed with the team. But what can you do? So Burakovsky has accepted our offer. Talusti's rejected. Dadanov has accepted. So welcome to the Quebec Nordiques, Evgeny Dadanov. Welcome. Martinez. So Martinez is up for offer in exchange for a first and third round pick from the Edmonton Oilers. Now, the only thing I'm looking at here is we did this with Martinez last time. I want to look at our defensemen. So with our defensemen, we have 84, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 defensemen rated, 7 defensemen rated 80 or more. So we have Shattenkirk. So Shattenkirk, Vatten are both right-handed. Brodin, Ekholm are both left-handed. Dumoulin, Edmondson, I believe, are left and right. So we could do without Alex Martinez, and that would free up $4 million of cap space. But do I want to give up a first round? Do I want to get a first round pick, or could I get a player that would help our team much more? That's what I'm thinking here. Could we get ourselves a first line guy? We wouldn't get ourselves a Draisaitl. Could we get ourselves a Nuge though? Like, we could get ourselves a Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, or we could get ourselves a Patrick Maroon, or yeah, maybe we go for Nugent-Hopkins on this. He's signed to $6 million for 4 years, but if he keeps growing, he could be our first line centre. He was a first overall pick, so say we take that out and we remove the first round pick. That's going to be too much. So if we chuck in, so we're already losing our second round pick, but if we chuck in a third from 2019, let's give this a try. So we're going to go with Alec Martinez and our third round pick from the 2019 draft for their first round pick from this draft and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Will that go through? No, it won't. Okay, not a problem, not a problem. We could chuck in a second round pick from 2019. Would that work? So Alec Martinez and a second round pick from next year's draft in exchange for the Edmonton Oilers first round pick and the Nuge. Do I want to do this though? No, I don't want to do this right now. I'll keep my options open for the time being because I can trade Martinez at any point. Okay, right, so we have got Andrei Burakovsky. He has joined the Quebec Nordiques. We have given up our second round pick of the draft. Mason has rejected our offer once again. So, Andrei Burakovsky, welcome to the Quebec Nordiques. We managed to get ourselves a good up-and-coming player. He's 22 years old. He's got a chance. So, goaltender Steve Mason is still about. He's still rejecting our offer, even though his money is going down. Right, we'll offer $4.1 million for 4 years. That means we'll have about $16 million in cap space left, which is good, which we could probably do to perhaps pick up some good salary cap dumps at the trade deadline. Okay, so the Anaheim Ducks want to send us their first round pick of the draft for Kevin Shattenkirk. I'm going to decline that for now. I want to see the best offer. I'm going to wait till trade deadline before I make any of these trades, I think, because then they'll be desperate. Then they'll really want these players, or they might not, and they'll stay with my team, and because we've got a solid defensive core. Don't think this team is going in the right direction. Oh, hello. So, Alec Martinez and Jason Chimera for a first and second round pick from next draft. I would like to pick up a second round pick for next draft, so getting Burakovsky almost cost us nothing. However, I don't want to give up loads of stuff to do it. So, Steve Mason's really not interested in signing with this team, so we're going to go 4.250. I want Steve Mason to join this team, because having an 85 rated goaltender would set us up quite nicely for our first season. We'd have a relatively decent... Max Jones. Max Jones. Okay, what's he like? He's meant to be a top 6 forward. He is 68 overall at 19. I'm going to hold off on that for now. I'm gonna listen to all the offers they give me, but I'm not gonna accept the first one that comes along, which is kind of what I did with Martinez last time. I don't really want to do that this time, because I want to make sure that we've got everything sorted. So, Steve Mason still hasn't gotten back to us. Oh my god! More money might change my mind. Right, I'm going 4.5 million. That's the max I'm going for here, Steve Mason. If you're not interested in 4.5 million, then we're done. Alright? So, goalies. Steve Mason. See, he keeps dropping the amount of money that he wants. So, $4.50 million. If not, I'll try and sign you at the start of the season, because the way it looks, you're not going to get a contract, because you've been really poor. Right, advance a day, please. Come on, Quebec Nordiques, we need something here. Right, 56 points in 80 games for Shattenkirk last season. Hopefully he can keep up that similar sort of pace on a first or second pair in Quebec. Come on, Steve Mason. Come on, son. You know you want to sign with us. There you go. Steve Mason's here. So we've got ourselves a decent starting goaltender. So in terms of the rest of the free agents, we've got about $16 million of salary cap space here. I think it's best to just go and sign some depth guys. Some more depth guys. Let's go for the age thing. Let's go for the, oh wow, it's a 42 foot Chris Pronger. Well, yeah, you can still use Chris Pronger, I guess. So let's look at these young guys that are, 62 at 19 for 48. Yep, I just want to get this prospect pool up. Some guys that could potentially make the team in the future. I want to go for any guys rated 60. Bajkov, I don't want to offer too many contracts though, obviously. But I want to give these guys a chance to grow in my system. Adamek, he's meant to be an AHL top 2 defenseman. Well, if you get signed, you can join my AHL squad. The Laurel Lasers, or whatever they're called. Anybody else? We've got a 60 here. Yasik. Because they'll make the AHL team stronger regardless, so... anybody here jumping out? Nope. 60 at 20. Not really sure I want that. 61 at 20 for Orbe. Yeah, so that's some more guys. Let's see if there's any goaltending prospects as well, because we've got one goaltender in Datsuk, who can play for us. But other than that, Marmanlind. We drafted him at one point. He hasn't actually been picked up, so he was 62 at 19. 64 at 20 for Van Pottelberg. I'm pretty sure we had him at one point as well. 68 at 20 for Verolainen. Boosh, you are joining this team, son. I'm pretty sure we've picked him up at some point as well. 61 at 20. 61 at 20. I want something that's really jumping out to me. 62 at 20 for Lala. No. Lala. Some more 61s. 70 at 21 for Weitzman. Boom. You are joining this team, son. Nice. 36 at 22 for Whistle. Oh, that is brutal. Jackson Whistle. Oh, that is not a good record. Okay. Or is that the one that I made when I was wanting to do the, what's it called? The Elite Ice Hockey League in here. I'm not entirely sure. That might be. I don't know. Right, so we've tried to sign a load of depth guys. I don't actually know how many contracts we've got left. So Amadek has signed with us. That's actually a good question. How many contracts do we have? Shattenkirk for a first round pick from LA. No, I'm going to hold on to these guys for now. Want to see how we do in our first season. Orbe, Fortier, Bajkov, Verolainen, Yasik, Van Pottelberg have all signed with us. Perfect. That's really helpful. Weitzman has rejected the offer. The roster's full. Okay. So if we just take a look at our contracts, we can take a look at what our system is looking like now. We have almost $17 million in salary cap space, which is nice. Let's take a look at the centres. So centres, we have Letestu, Tierney, Zingle, Richardson. And in the system, we have Kopp, McKenzie, Paquette, Anderson, Olsen, Kreisky, and McGregor. Then left wingers, we have Grabner, Chimera, and Russell. Then we have Nieto, Delorier, Arl, Ruotsalainen, and Safin in the system. In the system for the right wingers, we have Yurko, Diaz, Kyles, Fortier, Bajkov, Jasic, Palmu, Healy. On the main roster, we have Burakovsky, Dadanov, Brown, Smith, Pelly, Nestersil. Defensemen, we have Martinez, Brodin, Ekholm, Shattenkirk, Vatanen, Dumoulin, Edmondson, Wallet. Then in the system, we have Nestorov, Adamek, Orbe, and Nikitin. Then for goalies, we have Mason and Neuwirth up here. Then we have Korpisalo, Verolainen, Van Pottelberg, and Datsuk at the bottom. Okay, so I'm quite happy with this. I'm quite happy with this team. I'd like to check in with them once the season's about to start to see what happens. So let's go to the calendar. So it took us until the 30th of June before we... 30th of July, sorry, before we signed all of our players. So we want to go to the 5th of October, roughly. So the Laval Lasers have got some guys with them. Michael Grabner for the second round pick from Winnipeg. Not right now. He's one of our only decent guys. Columbus have offered that as well. I need a decent mid-80 rated centre. That's kind of the thing we're missing on this lineup at the moment. So I'm going to go up until the start of the season, see where my players are at, and see what sort of move we can make. Because I think Martinez is probably going to be the guy we'll get the most for, if not one of our prospects. But I don't want to give away any of our prospects if they're solid. Like, if they have the chance to grow and make the team, then I kind of want them. But then again, there's always that question of, oh, well, you're trading an uncertainty, or you're keeping an uncertainty. So let's view the owner goals. We are a rebuilding team, apparently. So we need to boost fan happiness to at least 96, have at least 2 picks in the first 2 rounds of the upcoming draft, want us to win our regular season home opener, and upgrade the parking lot by 1 level. So let's edit our lines and see where our team is at, shall we, folks? So this isn't looking very good. Let's go to roster moves and see what's happening. So, centres, we have Tierney, Letestu, Richardson, Zingle. In the system, we have McKenzie, Kopp, Paquette, Anderson, and Olsen. Yep, that's right. Left wingers, we have Grabner, Chimera, Russell. Then we have Nieto, Delorier, and Arl in the AHL. Right wingers, Burakovsky, Dadanov, Brown, Smith, Pelly, Nestersil, with Yurko, Fortier, blah, 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 all of them in the A. Defensemen, we are stacked at defense. I really like our defensive core. We've got a very sort of solid defensive core for an expansion team. Martinez, Ekholm, Vatanen, Shattenkirk, Brodin, Dumoulin, Edmondson, Wallet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players. Ooh, I don't know, actually. You're a top 6 defenseman, Wallet, but I would like you to go down and get some AHL time. And then in the system, we have Wallet, Nestorov, Orbe, and Adamek. Then goaltenders, we have Mason and Neuwirth, with Korpisalo, Velalainen, Van Pottelberg, and Datsuk. Okay, so not the best lineup we have here. We're really missing that first line centre, or that second line centre, to really help this team out. Because, yeah, we're definitely missing that. Okay. So set the captains. Okay, let's set the first captain for the new Quebec Nordiques. Apparently Sami Vatanen is the guy we want to go for. Brodin and Martinez are the other assistants. Yeah, I mean, I could go for that. I wouldn't mind Burakovsky getting an A, actually. We'll take the A off Martinez and give it to Burakovsky, I think, because he's going to be with the team for a while, provided he keeps growing. And other than that, I'm quite happy. Yep. Vatanen with the captaincy. Can I unassign a captain and just not have one? Because I'd rather have alternates. Would I rather have alternates? Yeah, because like, who would be the captain on this team? The Vegas Golden Knights, I don't think, have a captain this year, do they? So if we assign an alternate there, and that's it. So we have 3 alternates instead. Yeah, I'd rather have 3 alternates. Vatanen, Brodin, and Burakovsky. Yeah, that would be better for me, I think. Okay. Oh, right, so you can change... Ah, you can change the jersey numbers. Right, okay. So that's fine. Yep, that's done. So let's go up to the start of the season, which is actually against the Vegas Golden Knights. And, of course, like the first London Lions franchise mode we did, we will play the first game of the season with the Quebec Nordiques. I think it's the best thing to do. OHL, yeah, but scout forwards in the OHL for 6 weeks. There's like 100 of them, so we may as well. Budget allocation, huzzah. Take it all off advertising, stick it all in arena operations. And then stick the last bit in advertising again. There we go. So, auto-assign promotion notes for me, please. So we win our first preseason game, we win our second preseason game. I don't know what happens in the third preseason game. We lost both those preseason games. We lose another preseason game, and we win another, so we're 3-3-0. The last preseason game, it's going to be a good year for rookies. That's nice. Salary cap compliance, yep, not a problem. Okay, so we went 3-4-0 for our first preseason, and we are playing at home in the Videotron Center against the Vegas Golden Knights for our first ever regular season game. The return of the Quebec Nordiques. It's going to be an interesting one, folks. Now, I think we should make a trade before the start of the season. I'm not entirely sure, but I think we should trade Martinez away for a solid centre, because we need that solid centre if we want to do well in this league. I don't know. I'll have to have a think about it. But I'm going to end this episode here, ladies and gentlemen. We now have our Quebec Nordiques roster for its inaugural season in returning to the National Hockey League. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please feel free to like, subscribe, share, or watch some of my other videos. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.